Hi, Jen. I'm Steven.
Nice to meet you.
Angel.
Angel, nice to meet you.
Thank you.
So why don't you tell me a little bit about your property? I mean, I saw the pictures, but it's completely different to see it in person. So.
Yeah, absolutely. We had 2 humongous oak trees right in the front.
Okay.
But they were rotten from the inside, so we had to take them down.
Okay.
Now it looks totally different.
I mean, I could tell that there's hostas and plants, like shade-loving plants that were here because that was the light condition. But now everything's changed, right? So
Yes.
it's full blazing sun.
Yes, full sun,
Okay.
southern facing. Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
I'm a florist, and I'm looking for something that stand out, color, texture, heights.
Okay.
So different mix of it.
So now you'll have opportunity to do full sun plantings.
That's
opposed to
right.
shade. So why don't we go take a look at the whole scope of the yard?
All right. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so right off the bat, I could just see the hosta have been burned. You know, there's definitely a lot of shade plantings over here, and they need to be relocated.
Yes.
Coming over to the walkway, which is a beautiful curved walkway, by the way. I just noticed the mums next to the boxwoods, and they're completely just fighting for space. And I'm sure once upon a time, they started really cute and small.
That's right.
So now they've outgrown their space. We could reuse them somewhere else. So along this whole walkway, we could reorganize. Coming over here, this hydrangea is fine and it's gonna do well in this sunlight. But when I go over here, I see about five hollies. And so this is a common mistake people make from the garden center. They buy a 2-gallon pot, maybe 18 inches high, and they don't know it's gonna get 8 to 12 feet high in time. So you can have them as a foundation planting, but you have to keep them pruned and keep them in check, prune them once a year. But what I'd like to do is probably, looking at them, they're about a foot off the foundation. I'd dig them all up, only put 2 back in here, and then pull them out, and then give them enough space, and then I'll teach you how to prune them throughout the year.
Great.
Okay? Hydrangea's fine. All these little plants, like the little pine, we could relocate them. Definitely burn too much sun, but I'm sure there's some shady spots you could use it out back. Definitely won't throw them away, but repurpose them somewhere. This is a Weigelia. I like the burgundy color, adds a little pop, but it's doing its job hiding the gas meter. So I think this one will just prune, and then this Rose of Sharon, I think we could take it down like 3 feet. And just if you keep on the pruning throughout the season and know what time of year to prune what, so you don't cut off the flower buds, it's beneficial, and then you'll have constant blooms in your landscape.
That's what I want.
Okay, so do you guys have any other comments?
Well, we would love to have it more like a pollinator garden.
Okay.
And get rid of some grass and bring kind of the plantings a little bit into the space now that it's open.
Okay. I'm a fan of removing grass, so we could definitely do that, and then maybe incorporate where this old stump is, and then even it out a little bit.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, so why don't we just get started cleaning out what is existing, what you have here, and then we'll build off of that.
Sounds great.
Okay. And then try to get a nice root ball, and then when you pop it out, we can put it over there on that blue tarp, and then we'll repurpose it after. Awesome.
I don't think they're very deep, though.
No, they're not. I'm trying not to break the root ball.
Yep.
What you want to do is cut right above the 2 next little buds coming out. Nice clean cut. And then next season, these buds are going to grow up and be the next leaves. So let's take this Rose of Sharon down.
Yeah, let's.
I mean, just take it. I go back 3 feet, 2.5,
great.
3 feet.
Yeah.
See,
Now
I
you
like
can get-
pruning by hand because it's just then you could dictate the shape. Now that we've cleaned up, let's mark out our bed lines. You can use a garden hose or rope to figure out your desired shape. Okay,
Looks great.
sod cutter time.
All right, I want to see this. Heavy machinery.
All right, guys, so we're gonna go on with rakes, and this is what it's gonna look like. So the sod cutter just takes up the roots, right?
Oh, yep.
So it's a nice clean cut, and when you rake it back, if this was really thick sod, it would stick together. We could roll it back like a carpet, but this is just fine. You could use your hands, you could use a rake. We'll make a pile and then get rid of it.
Sounds
Perfect.
great.
So why don't you guys start over there,
Oh, that's cool.
right? Saves a lot of sweat effort. Oh, isn't that satisfying? Look at that.
It is so satisfying. I will not miss this grass, I'll tell you that.
All right, so we're just raking all this compost in before we rototill. I brought about 3 yards, so we'll just have those extra nutrients. Let the games begin. One more. Perfect, right there. And I was thinking it would go right here.
Great spot.
Perfect.
Yeah, I love it. I love the shape of the leaves.
I know. This is a ginkgo tree. It's a dwarf ginkgo. Let's get the hollies. We're only putting 2, okay? You know, we're gonna go 3 feet from the foundation.
Okay.
All right, next, ornamental grasses. These are gonna get like 5 feet wide when they spread out.
Yep. Where do you like this bay? Right here?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
So the purpose of this is so it doesn't grow in a circle, like around the pot,
Oh, I
because
see.
if you don't break the roots up, they'll continue growing that way and choke themselves out. Okay.
Good.
All right, that looks good.
Is it standing up straight?
Yep. There you go. Yep.
Be sure?
Yep.
You have to be sure.
All right, this is the last step. We're gonna do the mulching. This is a nice leaf mulch.
When you said mulch, I was thinking like wood chips, but I never used leaf mulch before.
So it's like a triple grind of composted leaves.
Nice.
Everything organic will break down into your soil and natural fertilizers.
Look at this.
This is
How
amazing.
Wow, it is a beautiful transformation, I have to say.
This is
Love
what I
it.
wanted.
I'm so happy, and just all we did is move around plants that were too close, reuse them, redistributed, add a few other bones, and it is beautiful. So all you have to do is keep it watered. I go to Thanksgiving time or end of the season, you know, hard stop. And then the only other thing I would say is the ornamental grasses. Some people like to cut them down for it to be clean in the winter. I like to leave them up. You know, it's a little habitat for birds and stuff. And you cut them down in late winter, early spring.
Okay, great.
This whole middle strip is for you to play with color. So you could have spring, summer, late fall blooms, and then your bulbs and perennials, and just go nuts.
That's his job.
Yeah.
And I promise
will.
I'll prune things more frequently.
Yes, and then not as close together.
Promise.
All right?
Thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome. Nice to
Thank
meet
you.
you. All
Thanks
right,
so much.
Take care.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. This Old House has got a video for just about every home improvement project, so be sure to check out the others. And if you like what you see, click on the subscribe button to make sure that you get our newest videos right in your feed.